Hello and welcome to Lakers Live postgame show with Jonathan, presented by 265 Media. Aaron and Manny, how y'all doing tonight?
What's
Good, man.
up?
Doing well. We got that win, man. I'm happy. That's how you close the road trip out.
Yeah, most definitely, man. That's a close the road trip out, man. Lakers win 107-99. AD had 25 points. LeBron, everybody turned up tonight, man. So give us your thought process about the game tonight, Aaron.
It was a good game. The fourth quarter, little lackluster. I know we all got a little like, what's going on here? But you know what? As I'm going to say, and you guys have heard me say it again, and I'm going to keep repeating myself, it doesn't matter how many points you win by. If your defense is on point, if your rotations are on point, you're going to win the game. Lakers stepped up defensively when Trae Young was starting to get a little hot there. They closed him down. They were double teaming him. That's how you get the game done. That's how you get a win.
Yeah, it was a very good win. Apart from the fourth quarter we did pretty good. We went on an 11-0 run, 16-0 run actually, but then we let them go on an 8-0 run. I was like getting scared. I'm like, yo, are we gonna blow this? And then we ended up closing it out. We got the dub. Honestly, I say this every show, and I'm still gonna say it. Shout out to Montrezl Harrell. This guy steps up. Besides the one game against Detroit, he stepped up every night. He has 16 points. He had 19 points, 8 for 9 shooting in 29 minutes. If he doesn't get 6 man of the year, the stuff is rigged, bro. He needs to get 6 man of the year. He's amazing.
Yeah, it's rigged, man. It's rigged for the league. But, LeBron had a good game tonight, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Love what he did, facilitating, and he just was aggressive tonight. I liked how the team did defensively. Defensively, they were locked in. I said to Laker E-Rod during the pregame show, Lakers got to come in, set the tone early defensively. I like what they did. It was one of those games where it was back and forth. I knew it was going to be a back and forth game because Atlanta always plays really well against the Lakers for whatever reason. But we did a good job tonight defensively. But the one thing I got to get in is AD, really, bruh. I know you had 25 points, 2 rebounds. I know you got to get those rebounds, man. Marc Gasol out-rebounded you tonight. You had a good game, but the rebounds, 2 rebounds, that's unacceptable as a big man. Unacceptable. Brook Lopez used to do that with the Lakers. He used to do that with the Lakers. Only grab 2 rebounds and have 25 points. We don't, it's a good game, but gotta do better on the rebounding, man.
Yeah. You know what? AD was my guy. I'm good with 20. Like you said, 25 points is cool. I don't know what was going on with the rebounds. I don't know if he just, if Gasol happened to be there, I get it because that's the thing is when you have 2 bigs or you have 3 guys around you that all could jump up and grab it. It's kind of first come first serve. Like if you can grab it, you'll grab it, or someone calls off somebody. You hear that a lot. Like the mic picks that up, where someone will yell, "I got it, I got it." If you're gonna grab it, whoever the first person's there. But hey, you know what? I always go with Gasol normally. He got 6 rebounds. He got 6 rebounds and 2 points. At least he did something though. He got rebounds. He got them out. He got 3. He dished out 3 assists in the game. And you know what? I think he did a better job. Obviously, Capella, man, is Capella. He didn't have a really big scoring night. The dude's normally averaging a ton of points. They only kept him to 16 points in the game. Lakers did great in the paint. But obviously there's room for improvements. They gave up some lackluster plays at the end of the game, made Vogel take another timeout. And there's just things that I think, honestly, it comes with fatigue, too, because it's hard being on the road that long. Bill and Stu said it best today on the broadcast is, it's very difficult to close out the game of the last road game of the series, 7 games in 12 nights, is very hard for a team to do. And they got tired there at the end. They pushed through it, and you know what? Now they're going to hit the film and just relax for a day or so and get back to work.
I feel like we talk about this every single podcast, and we have every right to because we keep it real. The rebounds have been terrible all year. Like, AD had an amazing night shooting-wise. He started off the game 8 for 9 shooting. He finished up with 10-14. He had 25 points, but come on. Really, bro? 2 rebounds? You're supposed to be the star big of this team, and you only get 2 rebounds. Marc Gasol out-rebounded you. That says a lot. Marc Gasol, the guy who we've been critiquing all year, has out-rebounded you. The guy who went 0 for 3 from the field and only shot 1 for 5. But honestly, like apart from the rebounds, I think we played very well. Apart from this 3-point shooting, though, that's another thing I critique them with. Because we started off, I think it was like 2 for 17 from 3. I don't even know how we won that game with that, but honestly, LeBron did his thing. Schroeder, he played very good. He had a bounce back game. He hasn't been the best in the past few games. He has 16 points, shot 6 for 10, had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, shot made a 3. KCP though, I think was our savior from the 3-point line in my opinion, because he had 3 for 6 from the 3, and and to start the game, he was the only one shooting the threes and making them. So, and the bench, besides for Harrell, the bench is weak tonight, but a win is a win. What can we do?
Also, yeah, Manny. Also, the 3-point. You want to know something? I mean, it's really bad. I just looked it up too. 7 for 23 for 3, which is terrible. I mean, you cannot shoot that bad behind the arc. But how many times did I tell you guys in the game? If you go inside the paint, you're gonna get progress there. They got the AD got inside the paint, got his little hook shots to go, got his little jumpers to go in, and then all of a sudden the offense just woke back out. I need more paint protect. I need more paint points.
Absolutely.
There. It's just too many.
Yeah, man. Today's video is presented by 265 Media. Shout out to Daniel Ortiz and the Daniel Ortiz podcast. Yeah, man. Other than the 3-pointer, 30%, 83% from the free throw line. That's really good. Usually we'd be struggling. They shot 20 out of 24. Love what they did at free throw line. But rebounds, we got rebounded by 6. They had 36. We had 30. We got to do better. Points in the paint. Wow. We had 54. They had 50. Usually it's the other way around. We did a good job. We were attacking the paint. AD was going. LeBron was going. And there was the times where Marc Gasol get the ball at the top of the key, and then they would do like a set screen, and then Marc Gasol throw a no-look pass, lay it up. Him and AD had that little connection going, along with KCP. There was a lot of ball movement. I said that during pregame. Ball movement. That's what happened. I love what we did tonight. And then the first half was back and forth. And here's the thing, Lakers. The second half, we were up 9. Then the second half we went up 9, and then all Laker fans were excited. I tweeted to my buddy, I'm not happy. Job ain't done yet. Because the Lakers are probably going to fall asleep. Sure enough, 9 points, tight game, back and forth, and that's when that fourth quarter, with it was I think 11-0 run coming out the fourth quarter. I like that with Caruso, Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, I believe, and LeBron and AD like that. But you can't get up 10 in the third quarter and fourth quarter and do the same thing, man. It just, I don't know. I'm glad we won, but you gotta close them out. But it's NBA. You could be at 15 and come back like that.
Yeah. And also, let's not forget too, is we ran a short rotation again, and I know we were talking about this on a show, that we said, some of us were like, well, why, I think they shouldn't be doing that. You know what? Vogel's strategy, Alan Silva on 710 ESPN says it too, is, Vogel's the guy that goes with whatever works. If it works and things are gelling right now, that's what he's going to go with, and he's honest about that too. He's very upfront with it. That team right there that they had in the fourth quarter, Caruso, they had THT, don't get me wrong, rookie is still learning how to guard those kind of guards like Trae Young, and I think the kind of people like Harden and Curry are those guys that he's really going to have to be careful with when he guards them, because those are top tier players that are going to look for those rookies to accidentally fall into that oopsies and just foul them behind the line and chuck up a 3. So I think, otherwise that lineup was pretty good in the fourth quarter. I kind of liked the fact that they gave a short rotation. I think maybe he wants to give some time off to Keith and Wesley Matthews to help him out. Maybe they got some things going on or give him some extra days off. I wouldn't be surprised if you see another mashup where they give another 2 guys off.
Yeah, absolutely. The 9-man rotation, it's nothing to critique about. It's been very good.
No.
The thing is, Laker fans, the thing I want to say is, the reason why Vogel's experimenting is because the season's still early. He's trying to find what is the best lineup for us to be when it's come playoff time back, and I think it's May the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. In May, I think. So that's why it's kind of where he's playing around with it. That's why Markieff Morris didn't play tonight. That's why, like, even though I want to see Quinn Cook out there, he hasn't been playing. He didn't play. Wesley Matthews didn't play. But honestly, I still think we should give Taylor Horton Tucker a little bit more minutes because I just like his energy. I like that hustle he has. He's just such an energizer bunny on the court. I think it's also because he's 20 years old, but I love it the fact that like he should have more minutes, a little bit more minutes.
Yeah, most definitely, man. THT, did his thing, Caruso, but there was a situation on the court and on the sideline. LeBron got into it with the fan. A fan was trying. I guess the woman got thrown out for reportedly defending Atlanta Hawks player. I guess LeBron was talking mess to Atlanta Hawks player, and then the wife of the Atlanta Hawks player said some stuff, and then LeBron said something back, and then they started going back and forth, and the lady got kicked out. Then that means you gotta kick Spike Lee out of the games. If he's talking shit, sorry, I just know he's talking shit to players, Reggie Miller, Michael Jordan, then throw him out. It's like as soon as somebody else talks shit to LeBron, then he gets thrown out. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not surprised that fan get thrown out like that. What do you guys take on it?
I think there's a little. I think there was a comment I saw too that basically LeBron was asked about it. He said, he basically was like, you know what, I missed that. I missed it but I think it was I missed it. But then it's like, really, like, you're whatever you are. Maybe you got gifted these seeds. Maybe you know somebody. Whatever. You still, to an extent, you still gotta be semi-respectful because if the players hear you doing that, and the refs hear that, and the players get involved with a fan, then that leads to not a good sign, and that means you have a good chance of getting thrown out of the arena. And obviously, yeah, I know she's getting cooked all over social media, not just on IG, but she's getting cooked everywhere. And you know what? She has a right to be because, it's you can't do that. You're here to watch a basketball game. If you're gonna talk a little trash, if you're gonna be a little bit in somebody's face, that's fine. Like we know that game that the LeBron played the Warriors, and that fan was sitting there complaining about LeBron having the ball or something. And said like stop, like shoot the ball or something, and I think LeBron likes it, but I think there's an extensive limit that you gotta say, this is the time I could say it. Let a player react to it a little bit and move on, enjoy the game, and keep your mouth shut.
I'm just glad I wasn't a Laker fan that happened to it. But honestly, guys, there's a long history in the NBA of fans getting heckled with players. Like we saw it back with the Reggie Miller days, like you mentioned. And even recently, like I think it was like 3-4 years ago, like the Jazz were playing like the Thunder, and there was like a big heckle with the fan, and Westbrook got into a fight with somebody. But honestly, fans like that have no business being in the arena. Like we're all fans. I know we all get into it, but to like badmouth the players and yell at the players, like come on now, like you can't be disrespectful. Like it gives fans bad raps. Like I'm sure like all Atlanta Hawks fans probably seen that and are probably like this is our fan base now. Like this was a Laker fan doing this, I'd be really really pissed off. But it is what it is. Like if she's talking mess to LeBron, I have a right to throw her out. Like there's no place for that in the NBA.
No, there's an extensive limit to it. When it passes the limit, is when you just gotta shut up. Like you're there, you paid money or you're gifted the tickets. Enjoy the game. Like talk a little trash talk. No one's telling you not to. But there's a limit that you got to say, this is it. Player was getting chippy. Enough of that because they could throw you out.
I understand that, but sometimes, man, that's telling right there LeBron runs the NBA. It's like, I understand it's competitive basketball, man. Like, if I was on the sideline and LeBron was cooking my, like, let's say if it's Clippers-Lakers and I'm on the court side and Paul George is getting off. Like, you won't do it in the playoffs, bruh. You ain't going to do that in the playoffs, bruh. You ain't going to do that, man. You can't shoot. You can't shoot, man. Get up out of here. Talk playful talk, man. It's like let them talk. It's competitive sport. Heat of the moment, man. Let them talk. I know there's a guideline. Over boundaries. I get it, but let fans competitive talk with the players too. If they're on the court side, they should. If they pay that much money for those court side, they should be able to like, hey, LeBron, you can't shoot, or Dennis Schroeder, you can like vice versa. It's I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, there's a limit. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think that this lady, I think if she would kept her mouth cleaner and just said, "Hey, was trash talking a little bit to LeBron, says you're not gonna shoot this ball. You're come on, miss this shot, or you're terrible. You're shooting terrible from the whatever, free throw line. There's an extent right there. Then LeBron could laugh about it and say that. But when you start throwing out f bombs to LeBron,
Yeah.
I was listening to what she said, and what LeBron basically was saying is she said exactly the same stuff she was saying in the video, and she was mad about being kicked out. And it's like, first of all, you don't keep swearing to an NBA player. They have more power than you'll ever have.
Facts.
Just enjoy the game. Just enjoy the game. Talk trash, but be clean about it. Guarantee you, if she had kept her mouth filtered and been clean about it, then maybe the player might have just said something like, "Okay, I'll watch and see what happens right now." That's different than LeBron, leader of the NBA, one of the most respected guys around the league, is gonna say, "Hey, you know what? There's no place for that kind of a fan."
No, absolutely. It's exact comes back to exactly what I said. There's a time and a place. Like, obviously, like, trash talking is part of the sport, but if you're like using explicit language, you're using profanity, you're basically talking about this person's mom or the dad or the family, or I don't know if that's what she did, but I'm saying if you go like very like hardcore like that, yeah, there's no business of being the fans doing that, because if she was going after like LeBron's family or something, then it's a huge big deal. But I'm just glad it wasn't a Laker fan, because then I would be like really heated right now.
I was
Man,
mad. Oh, go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was mad. Yes, I'll bring his name up. When we had Danny Green, and I saw that there was threats towards his family and his fiance, I
Yeah.
was livid, because you just don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be respectful. These players have families. You don't need whatever's on the court, you stay on the court. You know what? Outside of the league, be respectful
Facts.
of these players, because I guarantee you, these people that like to talk all over social media would not do nothing, and they know they'd lose everything if they even attempted to do something like that to a player or threaten them in front of their face.
I agree with you 1,000%.
Yeah, most definitely, man. But let's get back into the fourth quarter of the Laker game, man.
Yeah.
We came out, like we said, 11-0 run. We went up 10. Cruz had a dunk. They called a timeout. And that's when the Lakers... I noticed about the Lakers. It's been time and time again. When it gets into that 5-minute mark, Lakers just go like this. Oh, we got this. And then like, oh, we're tied game. And then Trae Young started to get going. And then the Hawks started to get confidence, man. Put him away, man. I know we won, but damn, it's the same thing every bleeping game, man. Potato wedges,
Yeah.
man.
It's true.
It's true.
Man.
Yeah, you start off the game 11 nothing run. Don't get me wrong. I knew the Hawks would at least get some points. I knew that they weren't just going to get outbeaten worse than that. But I mean, if you blow it on 2 possessions, okay, you know what you did wrong. Get back on there. By the way, also Lakers did listen to us a little bit. I only saw, I think, once in the game where I think it was LeBron, and he clearly got fouled, and they didn't call it, and he stood back there in the game. But then all of a sudden, you see him sprinting back down the court. So it didn't really cost us too much, but I mean, essentially, we've been harping on that too, about them running back, get back on transition defense. Don't let people have numbers on you. This was I think in the fourth quarter there was one play that LeBron was pissed, but at least it didn't hurt us. Still unacceptable on that end of letting Atlanta come back in the game. I think we could have I honestly think, yes, we could have put them away by 15 at the most. I think 15. But I knew Trae Young, dude, shoots like lights out. They call him White Mamba for a reason. The dude channels his inner Kobe Bryant when he's playing the Lakers. He's got so much respect for the franchise. Great shooter, great young shooter. Probably Atlanta's future guy all the way to the end of his career. But you can't let him get hot like that. And once you let him have a few open shots and let him attack the rim, I think there were some mismatches, though, in the paint and the perimeter. THT should not have been on Trae Young. I get it, buddy. You're young. You want to go for the hard stuff. Caruso or KCP should have been on Trae Young. I noticed they were double teaming him a lot. So, it's a game to improve on, and the defense was definitely better. We just got to work on closing out the last 3 4 minutes of the game.
Look, it's every game. It's like this that we go on a big run, and then we ended up just falling asleep. We're like, you know what, we got this game. And then after we wake up, we're like, oh shit, we're sorry guys, we're like we're down now by like 10 points. It happens every night. But look, win is a win. But back to your thing on Trey Young, I feel like if we when we play the Hawks again, because I know we will, like when the next half of the schedule comes out after March, we're probably gonna play them at Staples Center. I think Frankfurt was listening to this, which is probably not. Put KCP on him. He's a 3-and-D guy. If there's a good defender, a defensive guard that I want on Trey Young, KCP. Put KCP on him. He's not
Yeah,
gonna score much because he's gonna be on him a lot.
Yeah, most definitely, man. Put KCP, man. But hey, man, Lakers finished the road trip 5-2, man. So give us your. I'm gonna go first, and then I'm gonna go to Aaron and Manny. Give us your overall assumption of our grade of the road trip. But for me, man, I give it a. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron. My fault. My fault. I just had a brain fart. Go ahead.
Um, Overall road trip, 5-2 on a road trip. I give it a solid A. I'm not gonna give it an A+ because our defense, our defense wasn't terrifically sharp. Don't get me wrong. There was some back-to-back games. It's very hard to keep up your defense at that elite level on playing tired and fatigued. But I mean, I say it's an A of a road trip. It's better than going. It's 5-2 is better than going 4-3.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I would say an A or A-. The reason why I can't give it an A+ is because, I mean, look, the Philly game I can't get too mad at because if not for Tobias Harris making that shot, we would have won it. But the reason why I can't give it an A+ is because Detroit. I'm keeping it real here. Detroit is one of the worst teams in basketball, and we took an L against them. That's unacceptable. Like if it wasn't for the Detroit game, instead of an A-, I would say A.
Yeah, me too, man. I give him an A-, due to the fact that the defense and then playing that like just playing lazy one night, playing good another night, and just that Philly game kind of punch us in the mouth a bit. And then losing to Detroit was one of the worst losses of the season, man. I didn't like how we played in Detroit, but hey, we bounced back from. But hey, we got this Thursday's game, man. I know we're gonna talk about it on Thursday pregame, but man, Denver's one of the best teams in the league, man. Our defense needs to step up that big time because the Joker is the best big man in the game. And
Oh yeah.
if our defense, you know how we give up layup after layup, Joker's gonna get 35 and 15 on us, easy.
Oh yeah. Also, I know we just mentioned Denver. Guess who's coming to Staples Center? Guess who's gonna be motivated to come out there and kick their butt? I mean, I don't mean just kick their butt. I mean slaughter them at least 30, because theoretically, if Detroit can go and get their butts handed to them by Golden State by 30, then I guarantee you LeBron and AD are gonna say we should have kicked their butt flat out. We're gonna take care of them at Staples Center and make sure none of our starters are playing in the fourth quarter, and that game is very much put to bed. So, but Denver, very good team. You know, Jokic, man, he's the Joker. He's a beast. He's on a mission this year. Denver caught fire. They started off slow. They didn't have a great start. They're catching fire. They're getting back to where they were. They have a lot of good pieces, and they pretty much kept their whole core together. So they really haven't moved their pieces around, and it'll be definitely a good rematch.
Yeah, absolutely. Denver is one of the best teams that without a doubt. It's going to be a rematch also with the Western Conference Finals. I know they're going to come up very hungry on us just because I know they're still bitter about that we kicked their butts in the conference finals. And also, Vince, I appreciate that. Jokic versus AD, that's something I was actually thinking about. Jokic and AD is a big matchup because both are looked at as one of the best, if not the best, bigs in the NBA. And also another matchup I'm going to be excited for: LeBron and Jamal Murray. That's going to be an exciting one too, because we know Jamal Murray from Canada. He's from Canada. Like He's a great player. And LeBron, if you're listening to this, I want you to be hungry against Jamal Murray because I feel like Jamal Murray is going to come really hungry and eat out on Thursday. But I think we can take it up.
Yeah, most definitely. Me too. And also is playing really well for Denver, man. Michael Porter Jr., he's playing really well this year. Mike Malone's one of the best coaches in the league. He's just going to get turned out. It's going to be national televised. They just got to come prepared. But here's the thing, too. Usually, when you come back from a road trip, you got to get your feet under you for being on the road trip for 7 games. So it wouldn't be surprised if we started off really slow that game against Denver. Would not surprise me. And pick it up in the third or fourth quarter. Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Yeah. Also, Vince, Jokic versus AD. Also, Gasol versus Jokic too. He's a big guy. Here's another.
I'm done. I'm
another
out.
opportunity. Here's another. I mean, I'm just saying. Hey, you know what? We said it. We said it. You said it earlier too on the pregame show. We can't give him harp. It's early in the year.
Yeah, but Marc Gasol versus the Joker. Like, I'm not.
He's got a height advantage.
John, I'm with you on that one. I don't know why you
the Joker's gonna. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Joker always plays well.
You never know.
We'll see. But Marc Gasol, man.
Yeah, I give up.
You never
on
know.
Yeah, Marc Gasol. Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, Marc Gasol. You got.
I'm with you on that, John.
Hey, we'll see what happens. I mean, it should be a good game either way.
Yeah, Lakers. We're just getting our chemistry together. I don't think we should trade. Yeah, we're not gonna trade anybody, and unless. But Rob Pelinka did say they have an open roster spot. And I feel like the person that Lakers are targeting, according to Sam Amico from Cleveland Inquirer, that he doesn't expect Andre Drummond to get past the deadline. He expects him to get past the deadline, but get cut. And wouldn't surprise me if the Lakers are interested, Brooklyn, the Clippers, or Boston. So I wouldn't be surprised if he's a Laker. I want Lakers to go get Andre Drummond via waiver wire.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I mean, if they could get, obviously if they can get him on a waiver, and they're not, they're giving up a draft pick or some other things to get him, that's cool. But I mean, if Cleveland I guarantee if Cleveland's gonna say, you know what, we'll give you Drummond, we want Caruso, we want THT, and we want like Costas and a few other guys. They're gonna want people for him because they know Drummond is very talented big, and this team, any team that's got Lakers superstars on it that play well, they're gonna want them in return because they're gonna say, you technically already have AD and Mark. We want some more of your bench if you're gonna give up if we're gonna give up Drummond. So it'll be very interesting when that trade deadline comes around. Obviously, whenever we do our trade deadline show, that's gonna be a blast because you don't know, things could just change at any moment that day. So
yeah, I agree. We're gonna have a big show on that, the trade deadline. But Andre Drummond, it all depends. Like if it's via trade, it all depends like who Cleveland asks for. Because if they ask like Caruso and THT, I'll be a little hesitant on that. But I like what Gold Sharp said. Robin Lopez, I think it would be a little bit of a cheaper option, and I don't think he's on. I don't know. I forgot what team he's on, but I know. They won't ask much for him because Robin Lopez isn't up in the same stature as Andre Drummond, so they won't ask really much. We just give him maybe like 2 second-round picks, done deal. In my opinion, all we need is a rim protecting center. Our team is set, in my opinion.
Yeah, Robin Lopez is on Washington, so
Washington. Okay.
It wouldn't be surprised if like the veteran big man, we like Lakers need to go get another player because Wesley Matthews is not panning out so far. So Otto Porter Jr., my boy Vince, talking about Otto Porter Jr., they're probably gonna waive him.
Yeah.
So
it'll be very interesting to see what they do, what teams do about it. Obviously, Porter Jr. is a good call too, but Wesley Matthews was a great shooter in Milwaukee. Good shooter. We got him because he shoots threes. I think you know what? I think he's a little bit in the same boat as Gasol. Maybe he's just having a slow start. Get your legs under them. They were in the bubble for some time too. They're playing a little. He's playing a little bit less on short rest than the Lakers are. But I think you give these guys a chance to get their legs more under them. let them hit the court, let them practice more with each other, get some more time one-on-one with the coaches. I think Wesley Matthews will be fine, and I think these Laker team will show up more.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Wesley Matthews. Even Markieff Morris, he was really
Yeah,
good in the bubble. He was very good last year and picked him up in the waivers last February. This year, guys, I have no idea what's going on with Markieff Morris. He hasn't been shooting the same. He hasn't been rebounding the same. He hasn't been scoring the same. Like, look, but I guess it happens. Like a new year is a new year. Some players might exceed expectations. Other players might go down from expectations. But in my opinion, I think if we could get Otto Porter Jr., that would be very nice because it's always nice to have another scoring wing on the team. But like, I just think rim protecting center is what we need the most. That's what we need absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely. No, Otto Porter Jr. is a very talented player. We'll see what the Lakers do, but like Rob Pelinka said when he was talking on Spectrum Sportsnet, that they have a rush spot and flexibility at that rush spot. I feel like they're just chilling back. As soon as somebody gets cut, what's up, man? We're going to be interested in you. So, don't be surprised if you see a veteran big man. But here's the thing about everybody's tweeting me in DM during the whole offseason about JaVale McGee. The only way we can get him back if another team trades for him, like Boston or New York or Utah, then they cut him. Then we can go outright and get him. But if we call Cleveland, we can't do that due to league rules, da 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 da. But here's what I want to do. If we somehow pray that JaVale McGee gets traded to somewhere, let's say if he gets traded to Sacramento and they buy him, that's guaranteed a buyout if he goes to Sacramento. Nobody wants to play for Luke Walton. Nobody wants to play for Luke Walton, LOL. But I feel like that'd be crazy if we got JaVale McGee back. That would be really, really crazy. But other than that, I expect the Lakers to stay pat and keep the team how it is.
yeah. They're gonna try and keep the pieces together. This team, you know what? When you don't get a lot of practice time together is when everybody starts asking what is going on with this team, why is players not doing this, why do some people look lost out there. The more practice time this Laker team gets, the more chemistry they're going to build together, and it's going to show up on the court. I'm not worried about it. Whatever they're going to do in the trade deadline, I trust Pelinka too. If he sees something that's going to work, it's go time.
Trust in Rob and trust in Genie. I have no issue with them. And John, I was with you last year. Same mentality that trust in the front office. We know what we're doing. Like whatever trade happens, I'm fully on board with Rob and Genie. I know they know what the hell they're doing. I have no worries at all about my Lakers. We're good.
Yeah,
We got
yeah,
this.
most definitely. And Black Mamba 240 man, Bradley Bill for Kuzma and THC.
God.
No, but that will end Big Baby Sports. But make sure you guys tune in to Thursday's Lakers live pregame show at 6:30 p.m. West Coast time. Thank you, Aaron and Manny. Have a good night and Mamba out.
Bye, guys.
Peace.